Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm Felicity Fletcher. I am an avid reader, a hopeful author, and a practicing witch and astrologer. And this is one of my weekly astrology videos where we discuss the astrology and I give you the astrologically intuitive words of the week. So let's jump right in. This will probably be a pretty quick video. We don't have too much to talk about. We are covering the week of Sunday, August 17th through Saturday, August 23rd. On Sunday the 17th, we don't really have a lot of astrology to talk about, or any really at all, but I did come up with the word gold. And I'm asking you to take a moment and just kind of think what that word brings up for you. Does it bring up money? Does it bring up luxury? Does it bring up beauty? For me, it brings up the color and it brings up the shine. Gold shines. So on Sunday the 17th, I plan on doing what I can to shine. Then on Monday the 18th, we have the moon in Cancer. When the moon's in Cancer, we feel like we're at home in a way. We really are drawn to the things that make us feel even more at home, being in our actual home or being around people that make us feel at home. We tend to really seek out peace in situations in which we feel at peace. We'll do things like meditation. This is the time that people tend to go to therapy. There's a lot of deep feelings involved with the moon in Cancer. It's a time that we feel everything, and it feels so much stronger, but we also feel like we have a safe space to be in to do that. We search out that safe space. We also tend to really focus on our personal needs when the moon is in Cancer, and that's a good thing. Sometimes that's exactly what we need. Also, Monday the 18th, we have Mercury sextiling Mars. We just had this while Mercury was retrograde. Now everything's moving forward. This is a time where things are really sped up. Things are moving faster. It's easier to get things done. It's quicker to get that motivation to get started. Hard projects tend to feel a little less intimidating. It's easier for us to pick up the phone when we need to do so. It's easier for us to pick up that pen and paper. It's easier for us to log into that computer to just start the process and get things done. It tends to be a time where we have a lot of success and we can get even more success. So when you put in extra effort, this is the time where you will get a reward. This is one of those aspects that tends to reward you right away too. So if there is something you need to get done, if there's a big project, I already have an idea of what I'm going to be doing for work on that day to really get some things done, to get some forward motion. This is also a really good time to be working around other people and with other people. We tend to have a little bit more charisma. We tend to be willing to take bold actions. I can already tell you one thing that will probably happen for me that I will end up doing is I have a whole list of emails that I need to send employees. And this is the time where I'm going to be writing those. I'm going to be sending those out. This is the time where I'm going to be having that charisma to find a good way to say, stop doing this. But also I'm not going to be afraid to do it either. So this is a time to do stuff like that. Put in the effort, feel the reward. Just pick up those projects that you haven't been working on for a while. There is a lot of opportunity for benefit on Monday, for us to find benefit, for us to get benefit, and that is why the word of the day is benefit. Moving on to Tuesday 19th, we really don't have any astrology to talk about. I'm just getting the feeling that we need to relax. So that's the word of the day for Tuesday. We did a lot on Monday, we got a lot of things done. Let's relax on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday the 20th, we have the moon moving into Leo. The moon's in Leo. Things tend to be more grand. People are more generous. We're more creative. We tend to focus a lot on ourselves and how we are feeling. We just had all these deep emotions with the moon in Cancer. Now Leo is kind of not really processing these emotions, but just letting them be there. Moon in Leo is a time where emotions are just right there. People who have Leo moons naturally, like myself, we tend to just, here's our emotions, here's our feelings, this is how we feel. We're not hiding that. We're not going to try to keep that in. We tend to do it in very grand gestures as well. We tend to do it trying to be in the spotlight. But this is a time just to let those things out. Let your feelings out. Let your creative juices out. Let yourself just give in. let yourself be generous. And yeah, it is going to be more personal. It is going to be very self-focused, but that's why the word of the day for Wednesday is personal. For Thursday, the 21st, I, again, don't have astrology to work off of, but I really got the word healing. We are about to enter a time of great growth and change and building, and I kind of feel like Thursday is going to be that last day that we can really just allow ourselves to heal from this last section of energy that we had, this last just phase of energy. It was a lot. We're about to enter a new phase. So just focus on healing on Thursday. Then Friday the 22nd, we have the sun moving into Virgo. Virgo season is here. For Virgo season, we tend to focus a lot on details. It's a good time to get things finished. This is the time to wrap things up before we head into the fall and the winter. When we start looking at the cycles of the year, we are at that last little bit of planting the last seeds, of putting in the last foundations. Soon we're going to be entering harvest season. That is another very busy time. But then once we enter the winter, that's when we kind of stop and relax. And so this is a good time to finish up that planting season. Finish up those things that you've been working on. Focus on things that deal with structure, routine, details. That is what we need to focus on. Those are the projects we need to finish. Get organized. Use this as a time to get organized. Virgo is the time to set up a new system at work. It's the time to set up a new workout plan. It's the time to start a new diet plan. When we're dealing with Virgo, this is the time to put down those foundations, to start those programs, to start new routines. This is a time where we can improve our structure, specifically around work. Virgo does tend to be very day-to-day work coded. So this is a time to really set up structures and improve communication. Improve communication with people that you interact with on a daily basis, people that you talk to every day. This can be coworkers, this can be friends, this can be neighbors, things like that. Take some time to focus on how you communicate with them over this next month and see how you can improve that. All of these things are very practical. That is why the word of the day for Friday is practical. We're focused on details, we're focused on routines, we're focused on the practical things. Then Saturday, the 23rd, the moon is moving into Virgo. When the moon is in Virgo, we start rethinking things. We start coming up with new solutions. We're ready to solve problems. We're ready to start those new routines and focus on the details. And a lot of the stuff that we talked about with the Virgo sun, but with the Virgo moon, it's going to have a lot more to deal with our emotions and our sense of self and who we are. So with the Virgo sun, we're talking about daily details. We're talking about people we interact with. Virgo moon tends to be more of how we think, how we talk to ourselves. Very, very detail focused. And as you can tell, I just said the sun moved into Virgo and the moon moved into Virgo, which means the sun and the moon conjunct, and that creates a new moon, which is also happening on Saturday the 23rd. This new moon is, of course, in Virgo, right at the very beginning. This new moon it's a precursor to what is about to be a very intense eclipse season. So I am going to start talking about eclipses in a couple weeks. Those are new and full moons on steroids, basically. And this is like the precursor because the next new moon is also going to be in Virgo and is going to be an eclipse. So this is kind of like the preparation. So we need to start thinking about things like improving our routines, looking at how we do things on a daily basis. We need to kind of be ready to address our responsibilities, to understand what we are responsible for, to understand what we're not responsible for either, to understand the things we can and cannot control. We are going to be very challenged. A new moon has the opportunity to really test what we already have in place, and if it's not the correct routine, it's not the correct foundation, the new moon is going to let us know through some potentially difficult challenges. This is a good time for us to just get started. It's going to ramp up. We're going to, for over the next month or so, we're going to kind of see some repeats of this energy coming up, this push to build our new foundation, this push to put things in place. We need to be ready to make those daily changes. We need to be ready to build that foundation. We need to have a secure foundation for which we are on. And this includes things like taking care of ourselves, taking care of others around us. This includes taking care of our home, taking care of our relationships. How do we do all those things? What is the foundation that we build off of? This is also going to be a time of healing, because for some people that foundation's cracked. For some people that foundation had someone come in and take a jackhammer to it. For some people that foundation may be being repaired from things that happened 5-10 years ago, and repairs just aren't quite done yet. So take this time to allow yourself to do some healing, prepare to fix that foundation, prepare to build a new one. What word have I been saying over and over again? If you guess that the word for Saturday is foundation, you are correct. So that is our week. This is a week where we have the opportunity to create routines for a new foundation. So I'm going to take a moment, go ahead and grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, go grab your calendar, pause if you need to. Let's go over the words of the week one last time. For Sunday the 17th, we have gold. For Monday the 18th, we have benefit. For Tuesday the 19th, we have relax. For Wednesday the 20th, we have personal. For Thursday the 21st, we have healing. For Friday the 22nd, we have practical. And for Saturday the 23rd, we have foundation. And a good phrase for this week is A good phrase for the week is create routines for a new foundation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the whole way through. If you want to support my videos, you can like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things. But really, I just ask to see you back here next week. Thank you so much and have a great week.